story. It could be a horrible story, it could be a funny story, whatever the dream is, it is. But it's only a story. It's only a story if you don't do anything with it. The most important aspect of what you can do with a dream is to take an action that honors the meaning of the dream. And this is how we learn dreams. This is why dreams are important, because they can help us grow. And we learn something about ourselves from a dream. Dreams are giving us messages on how we behave. Maybe it's revealing an aspect of ourselves that has been hidden from us. And just as an example, in a very powerful dream I had when I first started to really pay attention to my dreams, it made me realize that I didn't speak up for myself enough. And this was something that I didn't pay attention to before. Like I may have been aware of it, but it didn't really hit home for me that
and
this
how
was
did it
something
show you that in the
was
dream?
bothering me.
How did it come through in the dream?
Well, it was one of the things about my dreams is that I have very short dreams. They often end up. They often end up in snippets, and it was a thing where I was in a room with a lot of people, and I wanted I forget the specifics of what's going on, but I wanted to stop and I wanted to say something, and I opened my mouth and nothing came out, and I felt, and in the dream I felt terrible, and then when I thought about it when I woke up, I felt terrible, and so I sat down and wrote down, the dream as much as it was, and then started asking myself, why did I have this dream? What does the dream mean to me? And, what was it that I was trying to say even? And why was it important? And why was it bothering me that I couldn't say this? And I just kept writing about it. And then as I'm writing it, I just start reflecting on, my life and what was going on, and realizing, there are too many times when I didn't speak up for myself. And, and it could have made a difference for me if I did speak up in these situations. And it was a good lesson for me to learn that, I do have a voice, and I can use it because it can make a difference, whether it makes a difference for me or whether it makes a difference for somebody else. Maybe even somebody listening to this show, if they get one idea out of anything they hear tonight, what a wonderful gift that I've given just by speaking. So it's made me aware of, not selling myself short.
Mm-hmm. And has that helped you? I mean, do you speak up now?
I do speak up now, and even that I'm now doing, this podcast that I'm doing, and also a new TV show that I'm doing. If I hadn't had this dream, I think the dream was a step that led me to another step, that led me to another step, that led me to continue to speak out and to continue to, open myself up to more people in a way that I hadn't before. And it all started with a dream.
It's amazing because the reason I find this so amazing is there are a lot of guys as well who have trouble speaking up for themselves or standing up and speaking up for themselves. But it seems to me that this is a challenge of women more than men. And I'm sure that this is a dream that many women have, because I've had them write into me and say, I'm in my dream and I'm at a party and everybody's talking to everybody, but when I open my mouth to join into the conversations, nothing comes out and they can't see me. So I know that you were not the only one who had these dreams, and so it's really so important that you were willing to come on to this show and share this with our audience, because I know that's going to make a big difference in their lives. So I just really want to thank you for doing that, Debbie.
Well, there are so many people who don't feel like they have a voice, and who are made to feel small, and then they start to feel small. And like I said, one of the things I love about dream work is that all of these feelings about ourselves, all the true self that we have, is revealed to us in our dreams. And if we start to pay attention to them and realize that we're not this small person who doesn't get to say what they want or do what they want. We are this magnificent human being who, at night, our night self tells us how wonderful and magnificent we are. And all we have to do is pay attention to that.
Yep. Yes. So we're going to be right back, everyone. You are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvision7radio.com. And I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe-Cannabis, a.k.a. Kat. And when we come back, we're going to continue to discuss dreams and dream coaching and your dream language with our guest tonight, Debbie Spector Weisman. So don't go away.
Looking for a fun and relaxing getaway? Omega Rest and Rejuvenation Retreats are a great way to unwind and renew your spirit. You can stretch your body, quiet your mind, and do as much or as little as you choose. Join us in May and we'll waive the daily fees. Located in Rhinebeck, in New York's beautiful Hudson Valley, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 877-944-2002. That's 877-944-2002.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe-Cannabis, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
What happens when we begin to realize that the 200-year experiment we've called the American healthcare system has failed? Learn how spirituality, ancient traditions, and cutting-edge science are merging to create a new paradigm of wellness on Awakened Wellness with Mylène Riobe, MD. Tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Time with live shows on the first and third mornings when you can call in and ask Dr. Mylène the questions that matter most to you. Dr. Mylène is the medical director of the Riobe Institute of Integrative Medicine in Jupiter, Florida. For more information, visit riobeintegrativemedicine.com. Dream Vision 7 Radio Network invites you in for this dynamic, forward-thinking show.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvision7radio.com. I'm your host, Kat Cannabis, co-author of the #1 bestseller and Nautilus Award winner in Science and Cosmology, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases, co-authored with Dr. Larry Burke, radiologist at Duke University Medical, published and distributed by Inner Traditions, Simon & Schuster, and available on audio on Amazon, in bookstores everywhere, and on my website, KathleenO'KeefeCannabis.com, or just type The Queen of Dreams into Google search. So before our break, we were talking with our guest, Debbie Spector Weisman, about dream coaching and dreams. So Debbie, before we talk about learning our own dream language, can you share with the audience how they can find you and the multiple books you have written?
Sure.
You have so many.
My website is thedreamcoach.net. It's all one word, the dream.
Debbie, you're breaking up, so I'm going to tell the audience that your website is thedreamcoach.net, and that's THEDREAM coach, COACH.net. And are your books on your website as well?
I have a link to them on my website, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
that's wonderful.
Yes.
So tell us, what is it that you do for your clients as a dream coach?
Okay, well, one of the things I thought we were going to be talking about tonight was nightmares. So I want to give you an example of how I coached one of my clients about a nightmare she had, and how that all worked out. And I think that it typifies a little bit about what a coaching session would be like. So I got a call in a panic one day from a client of mine. She said, I have to talk to you right now. I had this dream. My baby died.
Oh.
And she was just literally in a panic. She normally is a very calm, composed person, and I'd never heard her, in this kind of voice. And so it's fine, let's start talking. And for a bit of a background, she had a daughter who was about 3 years old, and she was about 5 or 6 months pregnant. And in between this pregnancy and, her daughter, she'd had 2 miscarriages. So the thought of a baby dying was terrifying because she had gone through these 2 miscarriages, and she couldn't imagine having to deal with that kind of pain again. And right away, though, I just had a sense that this nightmare she had wasn't about her actual babies. I thought that there must be something else going on in her life. So I started to ask her questions about what's going on in her life besides the pregnancy. This is a person who was an entrepreneur and had a successful business. And so I asked, does it have to do with your business? And at first, she said, no, it wasn't about her business, and she was really concerned it was about the child. I said, well, is your child, your daughter, how is she doing? She said, she's fine, she's healthy. And you've been to the doctor, you've been in checkup, how is your pregnancy going? No problems with the pregnancy that she knew of. So I just had a feeling that there was something else going on. So I continued to ask her questions about her life. And then she said that, her business was going well, and she was excited because there was somebody who she'd always wanted to do business with who wanted to start another business with her. And she was very, very excited because this was somebody she had admired for a very long time and, was honored that this person would want to actually go into business with her. And so again, I'm asking her more about, what is this business like, and going into the details of it. And the more she talks, the more I could see this sort of change in tone in her voice. And so, what's going on? And she realizes she's talking that she was having some doubts about this new business venture. And she was realizing that if she went through with it and she was going to have these problems